Hello again, everybody. I'm back with another video, this time on Twitter's favorite topic, lollies. Now, keep in mind, everything I say in this video is my opinion, and I'm not going to be speaking on legality because A, I'm not a lawyer, B, I don't have the time to write like a college-length research paper on this, and C, I don't need to be one to prove that lolly is gross on a moral standpoint. I'll get into all that stuff later though, but for now, let's just get right into the video.
Nothing, not even that lolly on the other page, is sexier than math.
Lollies are, in short, just anime girls that look very young, like children young. Sometimes they're actually the ages they look like, usually in the single digits. Sometimes they're like 300,000-year-old vampires that for some reason decided to take on the body of a 7-year-old girl. I don't know, man. The male version of this is called Shotacon, albeit I've seen a lot less demon vampire little boys as opposed to girls, but obviously not every drawing of an anime child is done with malintent, and not all content that features characters that could be classified as lollies or shotas or whatever are lewd in nature, but a lot of people are really fucking weird when it comes to this kind of thing. There are people who think that this is okay and that they will defend it to their very last breath and will go out of their way to harass people who think, hey, maybe this kind of stuff isn't great. For example, one of the Twitter accounts I follow, Awesome Nintendo Facts, has just been spammed with this kind of stuff, and it's kind of sad that these people feel so free to just spew their degeneracy everywhere and white knight to hell and back for it. I swear, we need to bring bullying back. We've gotten too lenient. We gotta start cyberbullying some of these bitches again. I have seen just too much weird shit throughout my years online, man. Like, I don't know. A short story break from the video topic. Back before COVID was a thing, I saw some kid at my school wearing a Ahego, I can't fucking pronounce that, sweater to school. Just in front of God, Jesus, and anyone. I have no idea what led up to that or how it ended, but that just wasn't it. I felt bad for that guy because he clearly doesn't know how to make good life choices. Anyways, back on topic. A lot of people, when rightfully called out for indulging in and or posting this nasty content, tend to have a lot of the same arguments to try and justify themselves, so that's what I'll be going over in this next segment right here. A lot of people like to regurgitate the same arguments they use to try and justify their weird fixation with anime kids, so I'd like to compile some of those arguments I see a lot and respond to them here. First one being, oh, it's just an image. An image of what? A child. And then they usually respond with, not a real child, but to that I say, just because the inappropriate depiction of the child you seem to enjoy so much isn't of a real-life child, that doesn't mean being attracted to the body of a 6-year-old is any less weird and degenerate. I don't care if she's an immortal 200,000-year-old demon monster girl. If she looks like she doesn't know how to do basic math, I really don't think you should be attracted to her. I don't know why so many people use that as an excuse, because at the end of the day, real or not, it's still an image of a child. Nobody should be getting excited over the figure of like a literal kid, because real or not, that's still weird and pretty fucked up. Just because they're 2D doesn't make it any less gross, because again, a lot of the art they slobber over isn't anywhere near passable as an adult. It is just so obviously a child. And anyways, the next point of this being a similar argument of it's just fictional, it's not like it's hurting anybody. Ignoring the fact that so many people are extremely comfortable and disgusted with the images of children being sexualized, and not to mention, you know, people who have actually survived CSA having to see grown-ass people raving about how hot this image of a child is. Like, genuinely, what the fuck, man. Another thing that's semi-common to see is people writing and compiling like literal fucking essays and like these huge-ass arguments as to why loli isn't technically legal, or how it's legal in some areas, or whatever the hell they're dribbling on about. I don't need the law to tell me that oogling over anime girls that literally look like they're in elementary school is weird and gross. Like, honestly, dude, I don't care about the mental gymnastics you need to pull to try and justify this to yourself. I don't care about what technical, you know, legal loopholes you think you found. The fact that you see a picture that is pretty much just a child, built like a child, just with unnatural hair colors and big eyes, and think, oh, fuck yeah, this is hot as fuck, dude. It's weird. It's weird and it's gross, and it's not something you should be defending like your life depends on it. On all the hills you choose to die on, just why this one? Why do you go to such great lengths to try and prove to everyone that it's okay and totally cool to be attracted to drawings of minors? Leading into the next argument I commonly see being, oh, I don't do this stuff in real life. It's like if you wanted to ban movies and video games for being violent and having guns in it. You see, depicting dark topics in media all depends on the tone of what's being portrayed. For For example, someone is being depicted being put through violence regularly and ending up with a lot of issues and trauma because of it. That is not the same thing as someone drawing a pretty much literal child and being like, haha, wow, isn't this so attractive? Context matters, people. You can cover dark topics all you want as long as you don't romanticize it or portray it in a positive light. Kind of like I went over in my last video with Killing Stalking, because, you know, it's supposed to be a horror manhwa, but so many people are trying to make it like this ooh love story. You can go watch that one if you want to see more about it, but anyways, yeah. Lastly, the argument of there are real world cases of this crime happening, so why are you focused on drawing? You know, the human brain can actually focus on more than one thing, believe it or not. Maybe it's not the same for you, but most of us can actually multitask. It's pretty easy to care and get upset about two issues that are rather similar in nature. It's not all or nothing. I can devote my energy to caring about the well-being of real children as much as I can be disgusted about depictions of fictional children being shown in a, lewd manner. I can obviously care about the well-being of real-life people, and also at the same time be disgusted at people drawing, 5-year-olds that in inappropriate poses. And obviously one is more of a pressing issue, but that doesn't take away from the fact that loli stuff is still gross. I'm not putting them on equal scales because obviously, real-life children being affected is more important than drawings of anime girls, but the thing is, the argument of this may be bad, but this thing is so much worse, so you shouldn't care about the first bad thing, is immensely flawed. One problem does not negate the other, slightly less bad problem, and saying that one thing is worse is by no means minimizing the other issue, because, some things just don't have varying levels of severity, but you don't have to put them on the same pedestal for them to be cared about, at the same time. Maybe I'm not making myself exactly the clearest here because I'm kind of going off script, but yeah, I just kind of wanted to say that. Unsurprisingly, I mostly see people like this roaming around on Twitter because everyone knows that Twitter is like the new home for degenerates nowadays, with their account names being shit like LollyLover1080 or Lolicon Daily or shit like that. And sometimes I just see entire accounts dedicated to posting only this degenerate stuff, and I kind of have to ask just why? Why are these people so comfortable with acting like this publicly? What led up to these people thinking that being this openly gross was cool? What led to this weird subculture being so popular? I mean, what the hell happened? I don't know about you guys, but I personally wouldn't be the proudest if my entire Twitter account was dedicated to thirsting over anime children. Maybe I'm being dramatic, but the fact that people can build communities around finding drawings depicting children in extremely inappropriate situations attractive is not the best thing, if you ask me. There's already a pretty big issue with underage people being sexualized in general, both in Western and Eastern culture, but I just feel like people should feel a whole lot less comfortable about indulging in this kind of media. There's already been a lot more pushback to this stuff recently, which I am definitely glad about, but of course, these types of people are always just jumping to defend themselves, so it's still kind of a back and forth. Either way, I just hate how people are just able to feel so accepted by others for liking degenerate content like this, and feel so comfortable labeling themselves as lolicons that they dedicate entire social media profiles to it, and in some cases even buy clothing labeled that. But anyways, I guess you just can't control people being fucked up. That's about all I have to say, and I'll be wrapping this video up now.
Ladies on an escalator! Going upstairs, so see you later!
So yeah, that's about it for my thoughts on this particular subject. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video despite the subject matter, and if you want to see more content like this, be sure to subscribe and leave a like, maybe a comment with your opinions down below. Also, if you want to support me off-platform, get a commission, or just see the art from the speed paints I put in the background, you can follow me on all my social medias down below. You can add me on Twitter, you can, DM me on Instagram, send me a note on DeviantArt, all that. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.